It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Lord's Brewing Company have a brand new beer. This is Band 1 American Pale Ale, coming in at 6% ABV. Made in Huddersfield, West Yorkshire, proudly. Now, I'm really friendly with these guys at Lord's Brewing Company. The owner, John, you probably know him from the live feeds, the Stone Crow Virtual Pub. He's a decent guy. I've met him a couple of times. Yeah, he's a nice guy. And this is their brand new beer. It's themed on Smokey and the Bandits, the 1980s television series. I think John's dad really liked the series, and this is kind of in honour of John's dad. The label, the artwork, I think it comes from America. We'll get into all of that in a moment, but first and foremost, let's get the beer out into a glass and see what we get. A little bit of smoke on the can opening. Beer in the glass, using an IPA glass for this one. Beautiful colour straight away. Like the colour on this beer. It's creating a 1 to 2 finger, slightly off-white head. Hazy amber coloured beer. Slow moving carbonation. Looks very good in the glass. Very well behaved beer. Let's get this all important aroma then. Ooh, wow, that smells good. A definite kind of nod to the American Pale Ales. It's lovely and punchy. I'm getting passion fruit, mango, stone fruits in there. It smells really good, really good. A little bit jammy, a little bit tart-like. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Yeah, it's nice. Probably lacking a little bit in carbonation, if I'm perfectly honest with everybody here. Probably needs a little bit more carbonation in the beer. There's a nice malt character that comes through at the beginning, and then it kind of hits into two things. It's doing two things on my palate. The first taste, it was giving me a load of bitterness, and then flavour, like flavours of like papaya or something on the back end, and then yeah, the bitterness come first, and then on the second taste, I was having more of a taste in the middle, more of that kind of maybe a little bit of grapefruit and passion fruit and mango, and then the bitterness on the back end. So it was kind of doing a role reverse on the palate for a little while there. But it's nice for 6% ABV. It's a really decently drinkable beer. It's really tasty, it's really moreish. You just want you to keep kind of diving back into it. I like the malt. I like that balance. It's, yes, there's a big nod here to American Pale Ale, but it's nicely balanced. You've got that little bit of sweet malt to begin with to help balance off them flavours of the hops and the bitterness of the hops on the back end. So it's got a nice balance to it, and I always say that's really important for a beer, to have good balance, to have a decent balance to it, because it generally means that you want to have another one, and that's the point of the whole thing. For me anyway, I like to session beer. Funnily enough, I was shouting at the TV. I was watching the TV last night, and it was on catch up, on the iPlayer. I don't watch too much on the BBC, but I like Dragon's Den. And they had these couple of blokes going, and they were trying to, they were called Genius Brewing or something, and they were trying to sell them or get funding for this 3% ABV lager with next to no calories, and they made a comment. The only reason I'm mentioning this is because they made a comment. They said to the Dragons, they said, the reason why we brewed it at 3% is because we want people to have another one. He said not many people want to have another beer after drinking a 6% ABV beer. Well, I want to correct that person, whoever that was on the programme. I didn't get his name. This is 6% ABV. And I feel quite confident that I could have 2 or 3 of these easily.
Sorry, I don't know that.
And neither do I. It just means that if you're used to sessioning beer, if you're used to drinking beer, I'm an afternoon drinker. I've told you that many times before. I'm an afternoon drinker. I love a drink in the afternoon. I can drink 2, 3, 4, 5 at a push, 6 of these 6% ABV beers. And I think it's a really, but going back to it, it has to be nicely balanced. It has to be a nicely balanced beer with a balance between the sweet malt and the bitter hops on the back end. That is the perfect beer for me to want a session. Anyway, let's get to the back of the can. A smooth tropical hit with unmistakable notes of mango and ripe papaya, a soft bitterness, a silky mouthfeel and a jubilant fruity aroma. Band 1 is a tribute to a legends of childhood heroes, a film introduced to me by my father, created a long life passion for fast cars and a thrill-seeking lifestyle. We ask that all of the people who drink this beer raise a glass and give a big 10 for good buddy to those heroes in your life, past and present. And there we are. Cool beans, cool beans. I like it. Yeah, decent beer from Lords. Probably with their lager, their Drunken Tailor, which is a really good beer. It's right up there with their Drunken Tailor. It's a really good beer. I'm going to rate it. Looks really good. Smells really good. Tastes really good. If I was to be a little bit picky, as I was a little bit earlier on when I first started the review, I think the beer needs to be a little bit more carbonated, but that's something that will probably happen between batch and batch. But it's nice. It's a nice beer. Lovely. A little bit of sweetness, bitterness, lots of flavour. Malt flavours coming through. Yeah, it's a decent beer. For me, it's an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.